This is so mental.
Alright, advice for dating trans men. If you're interested in dating a trans man, then this is for you. Tip number 1. Don't say to a trans man, I stopped dating all men before I started dating you. Or I swore off all men before I started seeing you. Honey, come here. We are men. That's the whole point. In fact, we're that and some. We're a balance of masculinity, femininity, with the wisdom and knowledge and emotional intelligence that cis men, frankly, can't comprehend. We know we're real men. We just need to know that you know it too. And when you say that, it doesn't make us feel like you know that. So just don't say it. Just don't say it.
I'm telling you, it gets more insane every time I open up any of TikTok or X or any of them. These things just flood me. And I'm like, how are these people even saying, do they know what they're saying? There's no way. This person who is a female who wants to transition to be a man, yet here we go again. We are better than men, but men are stupid and men are unintelligent, but we are real men. Like, literally makes no sense. Nope, you're not. You're not a man. You never will be a man, okay? You kind of still look like a lesbian with a mustache. I mean, really? So what? I really want to know this, and you can actually, if you know the answer to this, put it in the comments. But why are you transitioning to be a man if you literally dislike men? The way you talk about men is so unbelievably disrespectful and insane that you think you are better than a man, yet you want to be a man. And then what to not say to a trans man that you want. People want to date a trans man, specifically looking for a trans man because you are female. That's literally why they're dating you. So I don't know why you can't get that through your head. And anyway, I'm going to laugh today because, like, you know I get a little bit irritated sometimes. And the last one, I got super irritated with these people. But I read the comments and I see that you enjoy me getting a little bit bent on this stuff because it's just, I gotta call it out. I'm old school. I'm the oldest tranny on the block. I can call these little children out. They're all little girls and, like, whatever. Stop it. Just stop transitioning if you don't even know why you're transitioning, okay? Because you're not better than anybody. You are supposed to be dealing with gender dysphoria. So with that, thanks for hitting that subscribe button. Thanks so much for all the comments, baby girl, and I just love it every morning. Let's move forward to the most insane things I have found. Like, I don't know, is it the most insane? Every time I open up something, there it is. So let's just move forward on this.
Okay, I have a question for trans masks or non-binary people or trans men. How do you feel about a person jokingly calling you girl? Like, girl, tell me everything. Girl, you're crazy. Like, how do you feel about that? Specifically coming from, like, cis people. Like, I'm willing to concede that I could just be sensitive. Like, I understand that I'm sensitive, but I feel as though I've only had feedback from cis people, and I feel like I'm being gaslit. So I would love to hear other trans voices in this. How do you feel being referred to as girl as a bit, no matter how, like, innocent and well-meaning that bit is?
Who cares? Really? People in the LGBT community have been saying girl forever, before you were even born. It's just, it's kind of like a compliment on some level. It's kind of like just messing around. It means nothing. It doesn't even mean gender. It's just an expression. Girl, how you doing? Girl. They've been saying it forever. But now, this person also thinks they're a trans man. What? You're actually a woman who looks like a woman, talks like a woman, presents as a woman, but now non-binary, trans men are all in the same category. I'm not in, no, sorry, it doesn't work that way. Like, who cares? Who cares if someone calls you girl? Are you really that overly, I think that they need content. So they're looking for things to like just pick and choose about words that people use. If you don't like it, walk away. Walk away. Oh, this one.
Trans people, how are you telling people you're trans in the wild? I'm looking for tips. I met a guy at a gay bar this weekend, and he picked me up to take me back to his place. He's 6'4", I'm 5'3", so that was pretty easy for him. Just kind of scooped me up and put me on the baby Bjorn. We're walking down the street side by side, and as we're walking, I realized that I have not told him that I am trans. We had communicated a good amount in the bar, but non-verbally, you know what? So I stop him and I say, hey, just so you know, I am transgender. If that changes anything, totally understand, but if you have any questions, let me know. Except, no, I didn't. No, what I did was shove him away from me and go, oh my God, I'm trans. As if we were both learning that at the same time.
Well, you were, buddy, if you didn't tell him before you were walking to wherever you were walking to, which I presume to hook up. Because how do you tell somebody you're trans? Are you insane? You tell them, hey, I'm a transsexual, or I'm a trans man, or I'm trans mass. If you are going to go hook up, that should be the first thing you do before you leave the bar. You're actually leading this person on. And then, this is the shit that really just upsets me beyond belief, because this isn't funny, and this could end up in a very bad situation, and this could end up with somebody not coming out of this situation or having something bad happen to them. And then what's going to happen is the trans person is going to blame the person who did it to them, because the trans person is going to be the victim in this space. No, that's not true. You better be honest to people about what and who you are. You say that with anything. With any kind of situation that's going to put other person in a bad situation, you have to come forward and be honest about it from the beginning. How do you tell somebody you're trans? I mean, I don't even know what world we're living in anymore. I just don't understand how people think they can even ask that question. The other thing I want to say is this. These people are all about being trans. I'm transgender. I'm trans just for you. Trans, like barf trans, puke, poo-poo trans, everything trans. Yet they don't want to tell somebody they're trans when they're going to hook up. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. They're supposed to be so proud of being trans, yet they don't want to tell somebody they're being trans. It's actually really kind of mental.
I'm a trans guy who has to stop taking testosterone. Starting IVF, and I have my first doctor's appointment tomorrow. I've been holding off on getting a hysterectomy for this exact reason. In order to start IVF, I have to stop taking testosterone because, I need Mother Nature to pull up for a little bit, just a little bit. Do the little thing. This is kind of like the first video to start this journey, and I'm really excited. I've been wanting this for a minute, but the scarcity I have of like stopping testosterone and thinking about anything before I started testosterone just kind of
trips me out.
That's why.
Okay, little lady, what? First off, this whole video, it's like, woe is me. I have to stop taking testosterone because I want to get pregnant like a woman, and I feel so sad and victimy that I have to stop taking testosterone because now I have to get my period and I have to have IVF so that I can be a pregnant person. You mean you could be a pregnant lady? And like, what? What part of transitioning are you even? The fact that they're acting all woe is me that I have to stop taking testosterone is so insane. Why wouldn't you think about this before you even started to take testosterone or even think about what's going to happen to this baby? Because you still have the testosterone in your body. They don't know long-term effects. There's no studies of long-term effects of babies with who've been birthed through women who have been on testosterone. So why don't you think about that before you get IVF? Why don't you just go adopt? I don't understand these people. Do you know how many babies need to be adopted in the world? Like, come on, or kids. The narcissism. This one is so crazy. The crazy factor.
Some of you fucking trans people are pissing me off. I would like to note I am also a trans person. But a lot of you guys are telling young trans people that they pass when they have done nothing to try and pass in society. And I want to break down how that's a problem. passing is a social construct, and we live in a very cisgender-based, straight-based society. If what matters to you is passing in society, in a cisgender, straight society, you are going to have to abide by cisgender, straight gender roles and expectations.
Hold on, I gotta stop for a minute because this person already is just saying so much trash. It's like, first off, if you want to be trans, you're going to have to deal with the rest of the world, which is men and women, and the way we look and the way they look, and you have to put yourself into it. Who do you think you are coming in and saying that it's a cis world? First off, it's not a cis world. It's a world full of men and women who dress and act a certain way. You don't like it? Don't dress and act a certain way. But don't come in and try to rearrange the whole world to fit your little weird ass freaked out narrative about how bad cisgender people is, and that passing is a cis heteronormative societal rule that we don't have to follow. And like, what are you talking about? People haven't followed it forever. People have always just done their own thing and been androgynous or punk or whatever and not followed the idea of that. Secondly, I think it's because you can't pass. It's the people who don't want to do the work to pass. It takes a lot of self-reflection, understanding, just being. I know for a fact it is so much more comfortable for me to pass. It is what my gender dysphoria is. My gender dysphoria wants me to pass as a man. That's what transsexualism is. These people are not trans. They're just trying to disrupt something because they have internalized bullshit going on that they're not willing to go to actual real therapy. They want everybody else to change. And when you cis heteronormative societal based gender role people don't go along with their actual mental state, they flip out and say shit like this.
Specifically, I've seen this as a problem for trans men. There is a difference between passing as a man and passing as a trans man.
That's true.
To pass as a man, as a cisgender man, you have to hide the queerness of your identity. That's something I've personally always had a problem with. I've always hated when trans men try to be cis men. You're never gonna be a cisgender man, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
See?
But so many trans men have leaned so far into, I need to be cis, that they are straight up ignoring all of their past experiences as a female person and as a woman in their past, that they have become misogynistic and traditionalist and saying that women belong in the kitchen.
Nobody's saying that, you dumbass. Sit down, bitch. You know what? It's so irking. This person is making shit up, okay? The whole point of transition is gender dysphoria, okay? I didn't lose my LGBT space. You people broke up the LGBT community by acting like this, okay? And queerness. I bet you are like 18. You don't even know where the word queer came from. You don't even know the history of the word. You have no idea how insulting that word is to many people in the LGBT community, okay? Yet there you go, flinging the word around, telling people they shouldn't pass, that trans men are toxic, misogynist pigs, like all of the shit that you, again, have so much anxiety about. You have anxiety about people who want to move forward in their life and pass as men, as I do, move forward in the world, help people to... I actually fight for women's rights, so what are you even talking about? I didn't forget that I am a female. I don't know what you're talking about. I probably stand up more for women's rights than you ever do. You probably think trans women are women and trans women should be in women's sports. Enough of you.
One thing nobody tells you about medical transition as a trans man is that everyone thinks you're gay now, and also you are gay now. Like, even if you weren't before, you're gay now. Testosterone is going to make you gayer than you thought was humanly possible. You're going to be thinking about men all the time.
Okay, well, there's another one, putting their own weird shit on everybody else. That's not true in any way, shape, or form. Remember you all said everyone's experience is different. So now you're saying every trans man who takes testosterone, who's a female, will now want to have and be a gay man. You better, I don't even have words for that one. I just had to put it there because I'm like, this is how off the wall these people are getting. If you decide that you want to experiment with men as a woman who now thinks they're a man, then that's on you. And I think you need to deal with whatever's going on in that space. And it's perfectly okay. No judgment, friend, in any way, shape, or form. But for you to lump that into the whole trans male community, again, I just think these people are so self-absorbed and so lost in their own space of why they're transitioning. And it's really the fault of these apps like TikTok. They give everybody a microphone. They've given the world a microphone and a camera. And what else do you think was going to happen? A shit show, a full-on shit show of people expressing opinions that never would have been put out into the universe before because they didn't have this gateway to spread it to the world. Okay, this one is just unbelievable. Unfucking believable.
I am the non-binary final boss because you don't know what I was born as. You don't know what I've transed to. You don't know what I've detransed from.
Yeah, we do. You're a dude. You've always been a dude. We don't care what you think you are. Call yourself non-binary all you want. You're a dude. What? Non-binary dude. That means that you're just a dude who transitioned to a dude who detransitioned back to a dude. Wow. Just what? Okay, that's it. I can't. So it's Friday. gotta clear my brain out. So with that, I'm gonna leave you my favorite kind of things to show you because it's Friday. Oh, baby. Oh, okay. That's possibly somebody's dad. Oh my God. Oh. Can you believe they put this stuff on the internet? They put this on the internet. What? Creepy. That's a crossdresser, clearly. Not trans, crossdresser. But I have to take the music out of this one because it's Christmas music and I wanted to leave this one because I thought it was special for Christmas. But I think it's probably copyright, the music. So just think of Jingle Bells when you look at this one. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, rock. Jingle bell. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? Just stop. The dress. Hang on. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to make fun of them. I know it's mean. I'm mean. I'm a mean man. I'm mean. Okay. So with that, you guys, thank you guys so much. Oh, baby girl was up like 3 times last night. I don't know why she usually sleeps all through the night. But last night I got up at 3, I got up at 5, and then I got up at 7. So I'm a little bit off right now, but with that, she's amazing. We just giggled all morning long. I'll put a new giggle at the beginning of this. In the beginning of this video will be the new giggle for her. So she just is talking like she's talking like crazy. Oh, and I just want to say this one thing. I'm so obsessed with taking her out like cycling and, I'm a sports guy. So that being said, today I found this cool thing that you can stick on your dirt bike. And it's when she becomes 1 year old, it's like from 1 on. And then it sits and it has its own handlebars and she gets strapped into the thing. And then you just ride around with her. It's just like, I have like so many plans for this little girl. Like, it's just amazing.
Some carry hate. We carry the largest trans pride flag to ever be flown in a national park, and unfurled it on the side of El Cap to prove a point that trans is natural. The Trump administration and transphobes would love to have you believe that being trans is unnatural, but species that can transition sexes can be found on every continent and in every ocean on planet Earth. So call it a protest, call it a celebration. We are bringing elevation to liberation. They try to erase us from government websites and education systems and libraries. So we raise this flag higher than ever before so every trans person knows that they have people that love them in their corner. The people united will never be defeated.
I'm so embarrassed to be trans. No, I'm not trans. It is so embarrassing. It's getting worse. I mean, All we're going to do is just laugh at them. Seriously, we just have to laugh at them. I mean, we wouldn't have this content when they go away. What are we going to talk about? So we kind of got to look at it that way. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining me today. We're going to laugh today. I have some really hardcore stuff coming up, but I got to throw these crazy ones in the mix because if not, I think not only am I going to go nuts, but you're going to go nuts if you haven't already gone there. So with that, I don't know what they're talking about with not natural. Well, that's a very kind of nuanced thing to say because what does that mean to be natural? If those people would stop pushing this idea that biology isn't real and men and women aren't a thing and that anyone can be trans and it's a very trans is an ideology now. It is not what I did or what actual transsexual people with gender dysphoria have. They erased it from schools, thank God, and they're actually starting to take it off of websites. Thank God. This isn't something you should promote, especially to young people. What are you talking about? And then look at the clown show there, like totally promoting, we're flying the largest trans flag ever. Like, you just don't even see yourself. Go look in the mirror and then understand why people are pushing back on all of you, including people like myself. It's just yucky. It's yucky. I hate it. So thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. The channel's growing. I want to remind YouTube here that I am an actual transsexual elder of the community. Why do you continually come after my videos? You've now demonetized 2 more of my videos that I'm fighting you on that were actually up for like a month. And all of a sudden, after a month, they're getting demonetized for some words. Like, it's so crazy, you guys. I'm going to write about it on the community post here and let you know what's going on. But come on, YouTube, that's ridiculous behavior. And it's not okay. I should be really allowed to express my feelings here about what's going on if you actually did care. It's actually frustrating. So that's why it's so important that you support my channel, and thank you for supporting my channel. I'm not going to shut up, and I'm not going to take the videos down, and I'm just going to keep pushing through. That's what makes you stronger and tougher, pushing through the pushback, and you get resilience when you just keep having to push against the narrative of lies and nonsense. So let's get back into it. I have the next one here that I thought was quite funny. Again, another insane person.
Nobody told me it was going to be impossible to find a job in Tennessee if I was trans, like, at all. I've been applying for a year with my trans pronouns and trans name and everything in between. And no one told me that I was never going to get a interview here because I have it in my resume. I took it out of my resume. I got an interview the next day. I'm working a new job that I've been working for like 2 weeks now. As male me, because I'm too scared to tell them.
Tell them what?
The f***? It's like I've been fine. Every other state I've lived in, even Ohio, I've been fine. But as soon as I moved down here, and God forbid I had diversity in any part of my resume, I can't find a job.
Wow, dude. Okay, seriously, man. They're just proving it. Like, no one's going to hire you with pronouns in your bio, just so you know. So all you people out there are so obsessed with your pronouns and clown they, them, you're not going to get a job, so you can go on the internet and TikTok and whine that everybody's transphobic. Nobody's transphobic. What they are good business people, okay? I'm not hiring you either with pronouns in your bio, just so you know. You ruined it for yourselves, okay? It's ridiculous behavior. I mean, you think anyone's going to hire you at this point? Secondly, why are you putting your pronouns in your resume? And why are you telling everybody you're trans? Those are all red flags for real businesses at this point. No one's going to hire you. It's ridiculous behavior, number one. Number two, why are you doing it? Why are you acting like you have to do this? And people, there's no diversity. There's a shit ton of diversity out there. You're just trying to push your own idea on other people. That's not why you get hired in a job. Can you do the job? No one cares what your personal stuff is going on at your home or what you're doing outside of the job. Can you serve coffee? Okay? So get it together, people. I'm not hiring you either if you have pronouns in your bio, just so you know. So Call me transphobic all you want.
Let's talk about how I navigate the world as someone who uses neopronouns, because I've been making my neopronoun sample sentence videos, and they've been really attracting a lot of negative attention. I feel like there are a lot of assumptions being made about me that are not quite true. So first of all, I just want to say I do also use a standard set of pronouns. I use he, they, in addition to yeehaw. I think that if you're going to use neopronouns, you'll probably have a better experience in life if you pick at least one set of standard pronouns, even they, them, to be okay with, to be like cool with. Because the reality is, and I know this, a lot of people are telling me this, but I am aware that a lot of people in the world will not even remotely try to respect neopronouns. They think it's silly, they think it's dumb, whatever. I know it's not silly and dumb. I'm not going to let that get me down just because there are a lot of people who won't use my pronouns for me. I don't really give a shit about like what random strangers gender me as. Like I don't get upset when somebody calls me ma'am at the store. Like I just don't really give a fuck. But when I get to know people personally, and especially people close to me, that's when I'm like, hey, these are my neopronouns. I would prefer to be called yeehaw if possible, but I also understand everybody's at different stages. I do want to also just make the point that the people close to me do in fact use my neopronouns. And in fact, when I lived in Seattle and I was very enmeshed in the trans community there, it was very normal to use neopronouns.
Seattle.
I know lots of friends who use neopronouns. It's not, I've got a lot of comments that are like, the only people that use these are 13-year-olds on Tumblr and whatever. I'm almost 27. I know people in their 30s using neopronouns. Anyone can use neopronouns if they want to. They're just a fun way to express your gender. That's all they are. And it makes people melt. It makes people lose their minds. And I think that's silly. And I will not stop defending neopronouns. Also, this is a good time to mention that I have links to Ukraine and Palestine donation pages in my bio.
Of course you do. Why am I acting shocked? Of course you do. 100% you do. I am like, wow. First off, what? Her pronouns are hee-haw or yeehaw. I don't care. Either one is actually insane. So I don't care. Go ahead. I'm not respecting that. I'm just not. I don't care what you say, okay? And secondly, your friends aren't your friends, okay? Because if your friends were your friends, they'd be telling you, you're nuts. You're actually nuts. I'm not calling you yeehaw. Hey, yeehaw, like what? Oh my God. It is not normal, people. This is not normal. This is just something you're all doing to try to be different, okay? You're going to be so embarrassed when you grow up, okay? You are going to be so embarrassed that you put this stuff that's never leaving the internet, by the way, when you become actually mature and realize what you did was just to get attention and just to be on TikTok. It's just so stupid. No one's gonna, it's to my point of all these people and their pronouns. I'm not getting a job. Everyone hates us. I'm like, yeah, the flag is flying everywhere. Like, who are you? What is it you want to accomplish? I guess is really what I want to say. Okay, here we have another wingnut.
Oh boy, wait till you find out that biological sex and gender are not the same thing. Oh boy.
Wait till you find out that they are the same thing. They've always been the same thing. The problem is that you all decided, I don't know who you are, but you all decided that you're going to take gender and put it over here away from sex and pretend like they're different things. That is literally the why we were in this situation today, okay? Gender and sex are the same thing. Sorry. I used to think that gender and sex were different. They're not. They're literally the same thing. Okay? There are only two sexes. Okay? You can call yourself what you want. Okay? You can call yourself, but you're still a man or a woman. Period. And don't you dare say intersex. Don't you dare. That is such a small percentage of the population that it just is there, okay? So men and women, that's it. Call yourself they, them, though, they, hee-haw, yee-haw, clown, whatever, okay? I am a female. I am not a male. I will never be a male, okay? You cannot change it. I can call myself a male, but I'm actually a female. Oh my God. Can you guys even just imagine how I feel these days? I feel so frustrated, but I'm going to continue to do these videos because these people are just exposing the stupidity of it all. And it's all going to come back tenfold on all of you.
So I just saw the news about the Republican spending bill that is moving to the Senate. that bans gender affirming care medical coverage for adults on Medicaid. And I knew this was going to happen.
So did I.
And I'm on Medicaid.
Oh.
I'm on the Working Adults with Disabilities buy-in Medicaid.
What's your
because
disability?
with my pre-existing conditions,
Which is?
there is no way that I would be able to afford private health insurance. I have had to have a major surgery once a year for the past 5 years because of my health conditions.
Oh, really?
And I'm also physically dependent on testosterone in order to live
No, you're
because
not.
I don't have ovaries anymore. And
doesn't work that
you
way.
need enough hormones in your body to regulate processes like bone health so you don't get osteoporosis, your heart, your digestive system. So I am physically dependent on testosterone for the rest of my life. And now my health insurance is not going to cover it. I am very worried about my clients, my community. As trans people, we are way more likely to be on Medicaid and to live in poverty because of how the world treats us.
Okay, I can't watch any more of this dude. This dude gets on my nerves. It's why I keep bringing him up. This dude is a grifter. Let me tell you why I think he's a grifter. First off, yeah, you do need hormones, okay? It's really important that you regulate your hormones, especially if you had a hysterectomy. All of the above, okay, you chose to do, buddy. You chose to do as I chose to do, okay? Nobody forced me to get these surgeries. It helped me move forward in my life. Secondly, I've never once had anybody, insurance, Medicaid, government, nobody pay for my hormones, surgery, moving forward in the world. Nobody has done it, just so you know. So how did I do it 30 years ago? And you're a whiny little bitch who's saying you can't do any of this because first off, you have a pre-existing condition before you transition. Why are you transitioning? To make your body even worse, okay? These are why I keep telling you all, when you transition, you got to make choices. Is your health more important than your physical space? Also, this dude professes to be a therapist. His clients. Aren't you making money at your job? Don't you have clients? You act like you have all these clients. Third, you're the dude who said you were moving out of the United States months ago and that you opened a campaign of GoFundMe so people could fund you to move to another country. Why don't you just go move to another country and use their healthcare system, okay? Instead of sitting here grifting, and also you beg people to follow you on TikTok so you can make money on TikTok. And I've watched your followership go up. So you are making money on TikTok. So why are you using the system, okay? And stop saying that trans people are X, Y, and Z. You don't speak for the trans community. Many of us have been living fine, okay? Fine without the help. Testosterone isn't that expensive, by the way. It is not that expensive. He's acting as if it costs $1 million. No, it does not, okay? So this dude right here continually puts out this language and this thing, yet he's living off the government now. Do you know that I think I showed it, or I'm going to show it again? There are like over 150,000 trans people on Medicaid. That's a lot of trans people on Medicaid, okay? And now they're going to cut it. Want to know why they're going to cut it? Because of you. Because of you abusing the system, because of you doing all of the stuff that you did before. I fought to get us into the insurance space, okay? I, and many others of us, fought so that we could have our stuff. I know I'm really being aggressive right now because I'm so over these people. I'm over them saying this stuff, not understanding what they actually had, and now they're losing it because the Republicans and Trump hate you. No, they don't. Want to know who hates you? People who have been listening to your grift and your gaslighting and your anger and your violence, and you're taking women's spaces and doing this to children when many of us were telling you to stop it. And now you're going to pay for it. Okay? Now you're going to pay for it. So before you decide that you're going to medically transition, you better think about a backup plan when the insurance and the government is no longer going to pay for it. Oh, it just makes me so mad, you guys. I just can't. I just can't.
I'm just gonna talk to white queer people for a second. If you're not a white queer person, this is not for you. I love that you're angry. Stay angry and stay hopeful. But in the process of anger, don't forget who the true enemy is. It's not just Trump. It's not just Elon. The problem is not something that can be fixed from the inside. It is not something that can be repaired. The system itself is founded upon white supremacy, colonialism, and capitalism. Do not think for a single fucking second that a system, the empire, that was built upon the exploitation of others will sacrifice even an ounce of their power to save anyone but themselves. They won't. You cannot count on politicians to save us.
What? Okay, these people are nuts. First off, look at his hands. They're black. Dude, your hands are black, okay? So are you doing black hands? Like, what's happening here? Secondly, you're just totally saying every fucking part of the world was colonized, just so you know, buddy. Secondly, we live in a capitalistic country. I would not be sitting where I am today if I didn't have the opportunity, which you do, and everyone in this country has the opportunity to not only go to school, but you also have the opportunity to create your own businesses and move forward in the world. Yeah, of course, there's racism and all of that stuff, and it seems to be getting worse because they are dividing us all so we don't move forward. But sometimes you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, dude, and get around all the stuff that you're thinking is coming at you, okay? And then navigate the world in an individual space, and you will see all of the stuff that you all keep saying, queer white people, it's your responsibility to know that it's all white people's problem. No, it isn't. No, it is not. It's not all white people's problem. Everyone, every color participates in racism, just so you know. I'm so sick and tired of this. You're white. It's all your problem. You're the one who came here. I didn't come here and colonize this country, nor did my people. It's actually insane. Colonization, you love using, you all have buzzwords for all this stuff. White queer people. Like what, dude? First off, learn your history about LGBT community and stop calling everybody queer because it's so insane and annoying and it's lost its meaning. Trans has lost its meaning. Like, really, it's all just absurd. You people are embarrassing, and maybe wash your hands from being black before you start talking about being a white queer person that you're only talking to.
Since some of you are fucking thick, lesbianism has always included trans people. Lesbianism has always included trans women. Lesbianism has always included trans masks. He, him lesbians have always been a thing.
Totally.
Butch people can go on tea and still be lesbians. Being gender non-conforming is an inherent part of being a lesbian, and there will always be gender non-conforming people who are lesbians.
Oh my god.
Fucking duh. And if you're like, wow, shut the fuck up. Okay? And stop calling yourself a lesbian because you're fucking embarrassing.
Oh my god, can you just imagine how I can't even believe people are saying stuff like that? Nope. I was around before you were born, just so you know. Trans lesbians were not around back in the day, just so you know, okay? Secondly, trans mask is a new term, wasn't around back in the day, just so you know. Sit down, little one. Learn your history. None of that existed. I transitioned from the lesbian community. They hated me. Just so you know, they hated me. They called me a traitor. Everything now as a mature adult, I can understand why they got mad at me. Back in the day, no, trans lesbians didn't exist. Butch trans, he, they, thems, those, taking testosterone did not exist. It's all new. So, duh. And you need to get it together. They're lying. I'm going to keep showing you guys. They are trying to change our history. Okay, that's all a lie. Okay, trans women are men. Okay, you think that lesbians are okay with that? If they are in their private life and that, go for it, man. No one cares. But when you start putting a narrative out there that is not true, the majority of lesbians do not want trans women in their space. There are trans women who can identify as lesbian, and they're probably welcome because they're probably being respectful and chill, like Samantha and Tori and Blair. If they were identifying as lesbians, I bet the lesbians would be super cool about it because they're not punching you in the face when you don't call them a lesbian. So this is, I think you all understand my actual complete total frustration with it all. I started this whole video laughing. By the end of the whole thing, I'm just like sweating and blah. Okay, so this last one here I want to bring up here because this one really upsets me.
I am trans non-binary and I have suspect endometriosis. Yes, we exist.
No, you don't.
My gender has made finding a diagnosis and treatment a lot more difficult for me, not only because it can be really hard to advocate for yourself when you don't know that people are going to respect your gender identity.
No, they're not.
But also because a lot of the treatments available for endometriosis do not fit with the lifestyle that I want and honestly would make me extremely dysphoric and just not be a good fit for me.
Oh, really?
And I think this needs to be talked about more because this isn't just a thing that happens to me, but I don't see anybody talking about it. And that makes me really sad because this is something that has been a massive impact on my life. And the fact that some people aren't getting care for it because they are scared of what will happen if they go to the doctor and the doctor tells them, oh, the only way you can fix this is through taking birth control. That's scary.
Why is that scary?
I knew for myself at least that birth control wasn't an option for me because I could not mentally handle knowing the fact that I was putting in traditionally female hormones into my body. And it unfortunately made it just a no-go from the beginning. I thankfully have been able to find a doctor that knows that I don't want birth control. I haven't been able to tell them that I'm trans yet because it just didn't come up. But I think this is also the reason that we need to be talking about this more because you should not feel afraid to seek medical help when you are in pain.
Okay, this is what I keep trying to tell you all right here. I'm so upset. I have been talking about it. Many of us transsexual men have been talking about how the hormones affect our body. Now, you have endometriosis. Sorry, that sucks. You are a biological female. I do not care about your gender identity, okay? It's your gender identity. Your gender, it's the same. You are a female, okay? You have female problems. That's why you have to go to a gynecologist. Men don't go to the gynecologist, period. Doesn't matter what you think you are. Secondly, and thirdly, and fourthly, and fifthly, you're willing to destroy your body. You're willing to not go to the doctor because you're too scared. How do you think I felt back in the day? I could tell you story and story and story. Again, been talking about this before you were probably born or you decided you were a they, non-binary, trans person, okay? The entitlement of these people, the idea that I'm too scared to go, oh my God, we already opened that door for you young people. We already made that door open. You're the one shutting the door on it because you're not willing to say, I have female reproductive system. I need to talk about this. I'm not taking birth control because it's a gendered medicine. It's a gendered space. You're messing, you are going to regret so much of what you're doing to your body. Then get off the hormones or deal with whatever's going on, but get back down to reality and get out of your bubble. From the beginning of this video, I have showed you how these people are manipulating themselves. They are manipulating young people into thinking they're not women or not female, so they can't go to the gynecologist. You will be making the biggest mistake of your life by, first off, not telling the doctor you're on testosterone. It is destroying every part of people. What we are doing here, okay, is doing something that is not normal. You can keep calling it normal all you want, but it's not normal. It is not normal to put testosterone overriding the female space. It is not normal, okay? Once you understand that and you realize why you're doing this and why it's important to you, you will have a healthier transition. Not only that, you will have a healthier brain and understand, I got to go to the gynecologist. I got to go get checked Nobody likes doing that in this space. You think I like doing that? I hate it. But I do it because I care about myself. And I'm almost 63 years old. And I am a bull, okay? Because I care about my body. So stop with this nonsense, people. Stop with the insane clown show of trans is this and everybody hates us. You hate yourself. You actually hate yourself when you are not being honest about who and what you are. So that's how that works, friend. And with that, everybody, I'm sorry to leave you with so much of my, but you guys know how passionate I am. I gotta save these young girls, man. They are going off the rails with this stuff, and they are being led by a bunch of disingenuous nutcases who don't care about them. I care about them. Hate me all you want. You'll thank me in 5 years when you're like, oh, Trampa said that was going to happen and I should have listened to him. But okay, I'm mature enough now to know that I made a mistake. I don't want you to get sick and possibly have long-term health problems. It's not fun. You guys are all young. You should be out there enjoying life. Instead, you're on the internet like, hey, everybody. Oh, my God. I got Tori.
Hi.
Hi,
I'm
Tori.
back. Without
Oh
nails,
God.
but I'm back.
I found these crazy TikToks to react with Tori. So here this is going to be good because they are just insane people. So I'll start with this one.
It's okay if you clock that I'm trans. That doesn't bother me. You know, I live my life. But this is just what I want to know. The same way it is very rude and disrespectful for people to go about and talk about people, but to do it so blatantly in the face where, you know, I see it, right? Would I be wrong if I walked up to you and just bopped you in your face? Like, I just want to know. That's all I want to know. Like, I literally just want to know. Would I be wrong if I heard you whisper something? Because that's talking about someone, right? So if I see you talking about me, would I be wrong if I just walked up to you and just bopped you in your face and said that's for disrespecting me?
Okay.
Like, I just hear a child. I literally hear a child. I hear an emotionally, like, underdeveloped, immature child that's just like, if I do this, can I do that? Like, no, that's not how adults respond to things. Also, I thought at the beginning she said she didn't care.
That's right. Good point. Good catch. She does care. She cares a lot.
Clearly.
And when I saw this, I thought to myself, first off, great way to create a violent situation. Secondly, great way to curb violence against trans people that y'all keep fucking talking about, right? So I said to myself, what if that narrative was twisted? What if she was talking with a bunch of trans girlfriends, and you know how catty they can be, and they were like, oh, look at that ugly cis woman, or look at that stupid TERF, or blah, blah, blah. And what if the TERF or the cis woman or just the person came over and bopped them in the face? Would that be called transphobic?
Hate crime. Of course. No, it would it'd be completely fine for her to do that to a cis person.
Yeah. That's
completely
right.
fine. It'll be celebrated even. Beating down the transphobes.
I just want to call. That's why I really wanted to do that one with you, because I just find it to be so pathetic and disgusting the way they just perpetuate this narrative that they're, you know, victims and that everyone's beating them up. And, you know, no, sorry, you just literally said you will bop someone in the face for saying something about you. Grow up. Like, what? Like, people say shit about people. That's literally how life works, whether you like it or not.
It's life. We know that. We know that really well.
I mean, my God,
that's that we get.
And also, as a trans person, you got to learn how to walk the world with a little tougher skin, or don't transition. Like, just don't transition if you can't handle someone calling you a name. It's just ridiculous behavior, people, and you're perpetuating the violence. So,
and imagine like taking one person like that and letting that like fester so much to elicit that kind of violent response. Like, why is it so violent? Why is everything a violent response?
Yes, great point. Do you think it has to do with the fact that that's a biological male? So do you
Well, there you go.
let's be real here, and that's why they don't want to talk about biology, because
Right.
biology, there's some aspects of it you can't ever change. So that
Yes.
very male behavior of wanting to bop someone in the face because they called you a name, that's a very male behavior.
Quite, and a lot of the trans women that I know have that same kind of
Violent.
propensity.
Yeah, they do. It's quite sad. And so I
Very
was reading
ladylike.
some of the comments, and comments were like, "You go, girl. That's great, girl." I'm thinking, yeah, you're just egging her on. Just totally egging this person on, that everything they're saying. And, young trans people hear you, and then they just,
Yeah.
you're just feeding them bad information. And the irresponsibility of people in that community, just, you wonder why people are a mess, right?
Absolutely.
Right on. So this one I thought was really great for you and I also to react to here.
I am a 47-year-old biological man. I am been on hormones for a year, a little over a year. I just had my boobs done. I've had one facial surgery. I am not going to have bottom surgery. I'm going to do one more face surgery on the bottom of my chin. I am transitioning to look as much like a female as I can. That's the way I've wanted to be my whole life. I understand that I cannot ever be a biological female. For those of you people that cannot define what a female is, realize that you're part of the problem, okay? A female is someone who was born a female with X chromosomes and can have babies and can give birth and so on and so forth. For the idiots out there that say that some men can have babies because they're trans men, well, that's because they're a biological woman. So let's stop all the nonsense and stop all the bull. I don't care about pronouns. My biological name and my legal name is David. The name I like and prefer to use is Daviana, so feel free to call me that. Ask me any questions you want. I'll answer them. Bye.
Okay, I just have to, because this one's going around. And I know. I thought you would appreciate this person, because they're literally saying what you and I say. Like, we know we're biological, male and female. We don't have a problem. But David here, and Daviana, is that the girl
Yeah,
name?
I think so,
Daviana?
yeah. But like the emotional roller coaster I just went on right there, because I was like, at the beginning, I'm like, oh God, what is this?
I
and
did
then
the same.
It got pretty based there as it went on.
Totally
And I was like,
based, 100%. But I know, me too. In the beginning, I was like, uh-oh, and then I watched, and I was like, oh wow, because everyone's using this. Like, why can't all trans people be this way? I'm like, there's a bunch of us over here saying the same thing. But whatever they need to see that people like us really do stand with that person, and we know that we're not going to change. But it's all the crazy trans activists that just made it so gross.
But I'm still just I'm a little mystified. I'm like, so
it's a man who became a woman.
Explained that he realizes who he is, which check, we're both that.
Yeah.
And he wants to live his life looking like a woman. I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
But like sounding like a whole man, acting like a whole, like, what about the is there
I don't know. That's the thing that I also want people to understand. So there's people like you and Blair White, I would put in the same category. Even Alexis Blake. There's a trans woman like you who really needs to be full on female. No, like every aspect about you is female. And then I think there are trans women like this person, Daviana, who probably thinks they're not going to get to your level, okay? Because it takes a lot of work. Also, your genes. It is true. You have these genes. And so I think that maybe they don't think they're ever going to get to this like perfectly female space, and maybe their voice. So I think that they're preparing themselves mentally on some level to be okay with never being 100% fully passing. In my opinion, that's kind of what I think.
Well, that's what I just found mystifying, because it started and I was like, oh boy, here we go, Agent B. Yeah, like, and then it got based there at the end. So I'm kind of just sitting there. I'm like, wait, I get you, but at the same time, what are you doing? Like,
yeah. Well, he's trying to become she like you, but I think in a reality-based space, they're not trying to lie about it, and because they know like if they're honest, it also helps, honesty helps your own transition.
That's true. That's true. I
Yeah.
mean, he's putting in the
As
work.
much effort. That's
Yeah,
right. That's
I
right.
mean, it doesn't look that terrible. Obviously, she looks like
she just kind of has a
she works out.
And yeah, right. And also the voice, right?
Well, yeah, the voice I don't
voice.
get. That's what doesn't make sense to me. But
right. So that's more, I think, the thing. But maybe I think they started doing it like seems recent more than anything. But yeah, no, I get it. And also I think coming from your side, you have a different sort of way of looking at it than somebody like me, right? So yeah, we both have dysphoria where we needed to look like a man and a woman. And
sure.
my voice is I don't ever consider myself to be like super masculine, but it doesn't really bother me for some reason. I'm just like, I don't give a shit.
I think it's iconic.
I just don't even care. Like, it's not that important to me if my voice sounds like a sailor and I'm like, I just don't care.
I think for trans men, though, I think it might be like less of a thing because
because now there's this whole thing that these young TikTok trans kids do. This is my voice one day on testosterone, and then they're like, this is my voice 2 weeks. I'm like, no, it isn't. You're literally going like this, right? No, they are actually obsessed with their voice.
Okay.
They are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the whole thing. That and their top surgery. Those are the two things they most definitely, and their top surgery looks insane. Like, what is that?
Yeah, I mean, and I interact with younger trans men at my job, and
yeah,
I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. I know. It's not me. It's trans identity, right?
Right.
It's not transition. Totally different. They're not transitioning. They're trans identified.
And they all act the same. That's what I find. They have the same.
They're children. It's because it's just a club. They're in a club.
It is.
They're in the trans club.
It's
literally that's why the button and the flag and it's like a trans club.
The insufferable.
God, it's so gross.
Oh my God.
So I love that this person, Daviana, talked about the pregnant man. So that means I'm going to segue into this one.
We love a segue.
I am transitioning. Why am I pregnant when that's such a woman thing to do? I would first of all like to say that it is free for me because one person asked why I don't do like surrogacy. I feel like I'm doing surrogacy for myself. It's free for me. If I have the parts, I'm a dad, y'all. I'm about to have my third child. If I have it, I'm going to get my well use out of it. So I am going to grow the baby myself. I have it. I'm going to get my use out of it. And then I'm going to get it cut out. I have these. I'm going to get my use out of them. When they're done, gone. Pregnancy is not feminine for me. It's not like a woman thing for me because I'm not a woman. And when I'm pregnant, I'm still not a woman.
Okay, hold on. Denial. I'm not a woman.
As you're saying, but I have all the things. I have everything to make it work, but I'm not a woman. Yeah, okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. You keep telling yourself that, God, the absolute mental illness, the lack of self-awareness,
Yes.
the way that she, obviously treats her body like some kind of,
Yes.
isn't that one of the things that these lived out people are saying, like, my body, my choice? Yeah.
Yes.
So you're literally using the same stereotype of your body's literally made for manufacturing children. And then you just cut off the things you don't need. Disgusting.
The thought, just exactly. That is such a great point. I caught that too, and I didn't even know the words for it, but you said it. I'm like, what? You're literally just like a manufacturing machine. You're not a woman. Like, yeah, you are. You're just like literally a woman. I don't care that you're taking hormones. And like, here's what's so weird. As you know, I'm old school, man. I came back from the day of where we just wanted to be dudes and like we know our gender dysphoria. No guy I know. I think I knew one dude after 10 years of my transition who got pregnant. We were all just like, all of us trans guys were like, what? It was so bizarre and weird. And actually the baby came out a little bit messed up. Like I think it got some kind of stuff, and I do think because this person was on testosterone
due to hormones. Yeah,
that's right.
Sure.
So is that affecting these babies? And that's why I just think it's also selfish to be in a testosterone based body and then go and have a baby. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know the long-term effects of that on the baby, but that being said, they have a right. It's their body. That's true. But I don't understand the dysphoria space. They're like, it doesn't give me dysphoria.
Which I don't get that either. Like,
You
what?
literally have a pregnant stomach.
That's why I don't understand these people. And people talk about like varying degrees of dysphoria. And it's like, okay, I understand that. But when
of course.
it's something so innate where only females can give birth.
Yes.
And get pregnant.
That's right.
How is that not
What?
dysphoria inducing?
That's
what
a
are you
very
you're sitting there
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And
calling
that's-
yourself a dad?
Like, yeah, like I can do it. You can do whatever you want. You're right. It's your body. But then I'm going to rip it out after, like the way they talk about it, right? Then I'm just going to rip it out and get rid of it after.
So disposable. I mean, this is your body. This is your one body. I know we all get surgeries. I mean, clearly, hello.
Yes,
but,
of course.
But I don't want to like mutilate what I consider mutilating it.
But also, don't babies need breast milk? And like, isn't that really important part of
Did she say she was gonna cut it out after she was
pretty much
feeding?
going to take everything out? And I don't know, but I'm assuming that means the breast too. But at this point, I don't know what this person
And what if
is.
you want another child down the road? Like, you don't know.
That's their third child. They already had a bunch of kids.
Yeah, you
Now
can
they're
kind of
having-
hear him in the back, can't you?
And also, they
video.
said it's like my third child or something. I'm just like,
Oh,
wow, okay,
gosh.
really? Come on, man. What?
I was too busy staring at the person holding
baby
the
bump.
pregnant,
The
yeah, the
baby
baby bump, and being like, "Well, I already got all the plumbing."
Oh my God! So they're gonna make pregnant man clothes.
Oh my
God!
Happy Pride.
I remember when they used to make fun of pregnant men. My parents are so crazy. When I was in the 70s, my dad went as my mom went as a football player, and my dad went as a pregnant Girl Scout.
There you go. The good old, see, that's funny.
See? That's
the good old
funny.
days.
The good old days.
Transphobic. Shut up.
Oh my God.
Have a sense of humor. Jeez. That's not
So-
anime related. Jeez.
No, that's right. So
Sorry.
here's another crazy, like this one I wanted to bring because we'll talk about it, but it's very interesting to me.
Oh my God.
Look at that body.
I can't.
Even the posture is insane. Like, what is that?
How
No.
are you? I don't
No,
mean, I don't mean
gremlin. It's a
judgmental
gremlin.
here. Yes, it literally
It's a
is.
gremlin.
It's a gremlin. It's a goblin. It's giving.
It's giving
Lord of the
gremlin.
Rings. Like,
It's giving Lord of the Rings.
I mean,
Oh my
if that
God,
makes
it's so
you
good.
happy, girl.
It doesn't even look happy. It looks angry and like. Oh, see, I think it did have no boobs. I think it looks like it took its boobs off.
Oh gosh, it's just.
Went from she, her, she, they she, they, them, they, he, they. Per.
What? That's what I
Sorry, I
keep,
stopped looking halfway through.
I keep telling you, it went from she, they to they to they, them, there to he, they to. I told you, it's all a sort of like entryway, like the they thing. It's an entryway, and now they're a he, they. They went from a she, they to all the way with all these things, and then all the way down the road to a he, they, and per. So I don't even know what you are.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Per.
what was the point of that video? Just talk about how you switch your
Narcissism.
pronouns. Yes,
Yeah.
narcissism. Exactly.
Narcissism. It totally is.
100%. Because one, nobody cares. Two, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Three, nobody's gonna actually just like go, oh my gosh, what are your pronouns today? If we get to that place as society, I'm done.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
100%. No, people
Step
are
up.
over the pronoun thing. People are not even getting jobs anymore if they put their pronoun in their bio. Thank God.
Thank
That's
God.
all ending. Oh my
At
God,
least
it's
the
so
jobs
pathetic.
are picking up on there.
I
Instead of having
know.
their pronouns in their bio all the time.
We saw it coming. I could have told you a long time ago. Don't put your pronouns in, because now I would never hire ever. Just so everybody knows out there, never would I hire. And you can report me. You can do whatever you want. You're not getting hired. You're not getting hired if you're non-binary, a they, them, thou. Not hiring you. You're
You're so
troublemakers.
transphobic.
You're troublemakers. I'm not an idiot. I would never hire you. This person
Absolutely.
has said so much insane stuff about me, and I just cannot stand JV. And this is JV in from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy when he used to just
Oh
be
my
a
God.
normal old gay guy, and then he jumped on the bandwagon of non-binary, and then he jumped on the bandwagon as trans with a beard and mustache, and then he jumped on the trans kids exist and I'm like, oh dude, now you went too far. You went too far.
He literally looks like Chad Kroger. Like, I'm sorry, Chad Kroger.
He said he's a trans woman.
Trans woman where?
Insulting to you.
Yes.
To you.
Absolutely. You look whole ass Chad Kroger over here.
So wait, just wait. Watch this.
Fit check. All right. Giving you my husband's shirt. Giving you these cute new jeans. Busted back out the cute Prada sandal. And still using my amazing Chanel bag that I forgot I impulse bought in 2018. We're giving curly hair diva. We're giving cash but gorgeous.
The narcissism.
We also have different ideas of what gorgeous looks like. I'm sorry.
Also, hello, that was a man.
It's a whole man. What do you mean you're calling yourself a see, this is what I'm saying. His pronouns are now what?
He, them. I mean, that is a man. That is not no trans woman would ever step foot out the door like if they were an actual real trans woman.
There we
he
go.
Looks
I
like
was
a
like,
dude. He looks like a dude. And like now you get mad if someone misgenders you, mister. Like you look like a man. And I see what's happening. Now, he's the dude that will walk around in a dress and a mustache and a beard and with Dylan and Luke and all of them. They're all friends and they all totally bust the binary. And it just blows my mind because everything we've said, they're going to go back to living male. And then all the shit they did, me and you and us and Blair and everybody, we're going to have to clean up the mess.
Absolutely. And I mean, if you can go back to like one of our first videos together, you've been calling it since that. So
I knew it. I've been around the block a million times. I know these gay dudes, okay? And gay dudes have been wearing dresses and dressing up and drag queening it out forever, way before even I existed. That's not they didn't call themselves trans women, okay? That's when I put my foot down. And then I also put my foot down when he was like talking about kids and like, if I had puberty blockers, no, you wouldn't. You'd have fucking been pissed now, dude. Because you would have lost your penis and you wouldn't be the gay man you are today and you'd be fucking pissed about the puberty blockers. So I know. And so they're just like all champion for puberty blockers acting like their whole life would have been better. Why are you dressing like a man then?
Yeah. A homeless one. He looks homeless. I'm sorry to say.
With his Prada Crocs and his $500 1,000 weirdo bag.
He could literally say that. Now, I'm apparently no fashion aficionado, but he could have, it literally looks like he grabbed that out of the local dumpster. Just some kind of folded up, biodegradable bag from Aldi.
Aldi.
That's what like.
That's fashion. That's how it is. It actually copies from real world places, and then he just thinks he's the it thing.
He always does. It's the absolute narcissist.
I know he's the biggest narcissist. After that one is the other one that I totally just despise. This one, but watch the same thing I'm said about this one. I say about this one.
Oh God. Oh God.
I've been electrocuted. And here we have on the daily news today, a woman has been struck by lightning, and that woman is me.
Where? I'm sorry, where?
Doesn't he look like a man again? And there was nothing, his whole face, he looks like a man again. He doesn't even have makeup or not even dressing like a woman. I told you, I feel the same with Dylan. I feel like Dylan is going back and his voice sounds very male and There's just this masculinity about him.
Well, I wouldn't, as a trans woman that has no makeup on and not glammed up or whatever, looking like that. No, as I was saying, I wouldn't get to that, be at that point. I mean, obviously there's times I go around not wearing makeup.
Of course.
I mean, pretty much every day, to be completely honest, pretty much every day. Skincare is, but the fact that he talks like a man in public on purpose for content.
Yes. That's my point. No. That's literally I'm like, dude, you're losing it. And he's just, in the beginning of that video, he seems
laughing
like
maniacally.
There's an edge to it that's creepy. Like, I was like, what is this video? This is actually crazy.
Can you imagine walking by or seeing that in person?
No, I would just be like, oh, I'm so glad I never saw that person in person. I don't know if I can hold back. I'm serious, Tori. I honestly don't know. You know me, I'll go up to people. I will. But I don't think I would be able to hold back on saying a bunch of shit to that person right in their fucking face.
Oh, God.
Like, there's going to be a time when we're in a place together. I just know, because in Hollywood and around that, and I can only imagine that day is going to happen.
And for some reason, they are also in Hollywood for literally nothing. That'll still irk me to the day that I die, is that that person is where that person is for doing nothing but harm the trans community, make fun of women, and just be an asshole.
Oh, no, that's called a false bottom. It's literally a false bottom. It's going to, after he's going to be used up and spit out, and it's going to be sad because that person's going to have a mental health breakdown, and you watch, because all that is just going to crash and burn. And I can already kind of see it happening now.
I mean, clearly walking around laughing maniacally.
He's the one who really screwed up the gay pride for a lot of events. Anheuser-Busch, which is Bud Light, literally pulled out. They've been sponsors since I can remember being an old school dyke. They pulled out of all Anheuser-Busch pulled out, which were huge sponsors of LGBT pride events for like 30 and 40 years. They literally pulled out.
Yep.
Thanks,
because
Dylan.
Right. Thanks, Dylan.
Yeah. No, totally.
Thanks, Dylan.
From one person, and never does he ever talk about it, ever.
But
ever.
I used to know so many girls that were like, oh, I know her in person. She's so nice. She's so sweet. And I'm like, yeah, I bet
sure
that act continues.
Yeah.
Because that's what that act is on like social media as well. I mean,
100%.
It's all theater. That person is 100% theatrical.
That's right.
All time.
All times. So that's the energy I'm sure they're all nice in public. That doesn't mean that what they're doing is okay.
Right.
But you can be as nice as you want, but that person will never take responsibility for the damage they've done. That JVN, a Luke, all of those. Did I bring that one crazy person up? I did already, didn't I? That James. Did I show it?
No, we didn't do James yet.
When I said I wanted to be a woman, I didn't want the imposter syndrome that came with it, because the only thing I feel like I got to retain from my years pretending to be a man was this unbridled sense of self-assuredness and confidence. And yet I have been saying for years that I'm not good at makeup, that I don't know what I'm doing, that I'm actually bad at it. Look at my face. I'm bad at this? Where?
Oh, what?
There was any doubt I was a woman, but I'm looking at myself and I'm like, no, I'm still bad at this. What? Ladies, why are we letting this happen to ourselves? We collectively, oh, there's my earring. I was afraid I lost this. I didn't lose it. Do you see this? There's not a sparkly one here. And there is a sparkly one here because I had to forego it. Anyway, I lost my train of thought because, like, look at the eyeshadow definition. Like, this is after a full night of, like, going, I didn't go, like, out. I went to an event for John Proctor's The Villain on Broadway. It was so good. Okay, well, I can't sing, but I can do makeup. Switching careers.
That's pure mental illness.
Clearly.
That
all over the place.
So here's when I found that video and I was saying to myself, this person is such a good grifter. They know exactly what they're doing. There's just, the whole, it's a full on act. It's not real. It's an act. It really is. And I do believe, because this person isn't having any surgery, any hormonal treatment, nothing. They're just going to go right back to living as James the gay man.
Clearly. I mean, I, as a trans woman, have never made a video after I've done a makeup job and gone, oh my God, I'm gorgeous. I'm amazing at makeup. To this day, over 6 years in, I'm still like, oh God, I still need to get better at this. Like, but I'm never putting that out there. Like, it's so narcissistic. This all of these people that we're reacting to, one thing in common, they're trans.
Yes.
And narcissism.
That's right. That's right. It's pure narcissism. And it's just, this one really hit home to me that I'm okay. He full on knows what he's doing. He's fully irking us so that we do these videos about him. He's loving the attention, and he knows how to actually get us to promote him. And that's why I had thought, should we talk about this guy? But then no, I wanted to actually talk about the fact that I just realized I've thought about it before, but this one put the, what is it? The nail in the coffin.
Nail in the coffin. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
You're
I'm
onto
like,
it.
nope.
We're onto
Yeah.
you.
It's totally all like super grift. And it's just more and more coming out. Also, he feels like he's on drugs, because I dated someone who was a little bit like that, and all of a sudden they're like all over here, and then they're back to this, and then they're like, oh, I forgot what I was talking about, and there's just this thing about him that feels very addict like.
And there's nothing wrong with that as long as they're seeking help for that.
Even then,
I know people that there are people that are like that, but that's what I'm saying. This is not a mentally sane person.
No.
This is a mentally ill person that is using not gender dysphoria, using HRT and stuff like this to fix it. And that is never going to happen. As a trans woman that was dealing with is always dealing with gender dysphoria and anxiety and depression and stuff like that, HRT is not the only thing that is going to cure you.
That's right. It's actually the last thing that's going to cure. I was thinking the other day, because I was watching some people talking about their detransition, one after like 13 years and another about these F to M guys and after 8 years. And I thought, it's so interesting to me, because I've never even had that thought. Ever since I started, ever have I had the thought, did I make a mistake? Ever have I had the thought, should I go back to living as a woman? Never have I ever had. I am so happy in this
in 30
space.
plus years. In 30 plus years,
it's why I just can't even relate to these people, because it is a process, and it's why I can always pick out the ones who are really serious about this, like yourself, and others who really take this seriously with the mental health aspect of it, understanding we have a disorder and it's dysphoria and all the things we do. And it's really interesting that I just can't relate to this thinking, what if I didn't do this? Like, what? I like that thought just is literally, it's weird.
Same.
I just never had it.
Same. I mean, I see these detransitioners talking about what they're doing, and I'm never going to speak for them or over them, because that is their own thing. And it's unfortunate where they are, but I can't relate to that. I literally cannot. No, I'm nowhere near. I'm not, as experienced in the world as you are, but
doesn't matter.
I cannot relate to that feeling of, oh, I don't know if I should have done this. Like,
that's because I really do think like you are a true transsexual. Like Brianna Wu, I think she's also a true transsexual. Blair White, I think Alexis Blake. I think there's a lot of the girlfriend of yours that I interviewed, the woman, she's amazing, and the Cuban woman, the trans woman, she's also pretty awesome. And there's ones that are just solid in it, and you're part of that. And that's why we have to have empathy for these detransitioners, because they should have never been okayed to. It's why we see these young kids are making the biggest mistake of their life, and all these idiots are egging them on to do it. They'll never take responsibility for the damage these children.
never. No.
They're all gonna carry.
They don't take accountability for anything. That is one thing that I've noticed about trans people that I've encountered is they take no accountability for anything ever.
Because
it's never their fault.
Yes. Never.
Yeah.
It's literally run on narcissism. Let me do this last one here because I think it's important and I'll explain why after we see it.
Like that it put a Bible verse on my food without my consent. I don't want to eat John 3:16. Get your John 3:16 out of here.
So, as a Christian, it's like, okay, dude, like, really? You're not going to eat, you're mad because Christians put that in front of your face?
The things that I want to say right now, because that person in general, and then you
talking poop about Christians is what he just did.
Consent? I don't. What? Nobody asked you. No, you went into the establishment, their company.
That's right.
To eat their food.
That's right.
That they produce and they put in their packaging. Nobody needs first of all, no one needs your consent on anything. Let's get that out of the way.
Also, he's not asking our consent on seeing him eating
everywhere
corn
on
dogs,
social media.
ripping apart a corn dog at Disneyland and what are those called? Cake pops.
Cake pops and making me just hate cake pops now at this point.
Mr. Non-consensual. It wants consent because he doesn't like the Christian. What did you see what verse that was 3 point?
Yeah, John 3:16. Yeah,
3:16. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but
Forever 21 also has Bible verses on the bottom of it. So it's just that's what they have as a company.
Their company.
Their prerogative.
That's right.
Apparently
100%.
they have Christian roots somewhere.
I don't care.
Why is it always Christianity too? Like why this person is just like, get that out of here. What if that was like a verse from the Torah?
Exactly.
Or what if that was a verse from the Quran?
Exactly.
And they said and they
Quran.
posted that. Yeah.
That's right.
Get that out of there. Oh, they would be canceled.
No, I agree with you.
Minute.
But forget, even with Judaism, people are so anti-Semitic anyway that they would just full on talk about they would talk all kinds of shit if it was from the Torah or in a Jewish space. But you're right. Anytime anything has Christian stuff on it, people get all crazy. I don't want this conservative right wing. Just so you know, not everyone who's Christian is conservative right wing. Okay. And there's a lot of people who are Christians who, and stop vilifying Christianity. I think it's just nasty and putting everyone in a box who, of course there's not good people in all spaces. And, there's levels of that, but
it just if that person could not irk me more, I know. Oh my gosh,
that's why I did it.
The male just like, I don't need that. I'm like, you don't even know what you need. I'll be praying for you hard. Okay,
we'll see. That person's going down, by the way. People are over it. Hey, the shit he did at Disneyland and his disgusting male dominance, all pissing all over the women's toilet seats and just and
ranking that